And somebody said, aren't you glad you made it this morning? And somebody said, aren't you glad you made it this morning? I'm glad I made it this morning. I'm glad I'm able to rise out of my sleep. I was resurrected out of consciousness. And here I stand, the shadow of the Lord with you today. Because God changed me. 28 years ago, God God's word. I don't know when it changed you, but over 38 years ago, God's word changed me. You know why? Because I accepted it. Now, you see, God's word without changing anybody, except you accept it. Say amen, somebody.
Amen.
And I'm thankful to God. And I'm thankful to God. John 13 chapter. Will you go there, please? John the 13th chapter. We got some things that we want to do for the children. My poor wife, I tell you, I love this woman. And she said, honey, did anybody know to bring some eggs? Did anybody bring eggs? Did anybody know? I said, baby, hold on, it's gonna be all right. I said, gonna be all right, baby. Amen. Because I'm gonna show y'all something. People that know what they're supposed to do, you ain't got to tell them every time.
Amen.
Now, folk that want it, now, get me now. See, y'all don't think I'm crazy. But folk that always want other folks to carry their load along with their load. They don't care.
All right now.
You have to beg folk to do certain things. Folk that know they're talented, you all have to beg them to sing for God because it's a privilege to be able to do it. But you got some folk, child, would you lead this choir number? No, they good. No, they can do it. And they pass up that privilege to do something for God. Folk that know, oh my God. I tell you, musician that can play music. I like you, young man. You know I don't, you know. I travel with y'all, I don't. I travel with them. I go on those trips and stuff with them to Arkansas, Little Rock, and where are we going next, honey? All right. We're going somewhere else next. But these kids are very talented. And they sing. You can see them on Facebook. You can see them on, no YouTube. I don't know about Twitter and kicks and all that stuff. I don't know about them things. Well, that time I would do something about kicks, somebody would kick me up my ears. Because they don't like it or something. So I don't know much about that. Kicks. But you have to beg people. I can tell y'all something. I ain't begging nobody to do nothing for God when they know they ought to do it for God because they're not doing it for him. They're not doing it for me, but you're doing it for God.
Yes, all right.
And them kind of folks, they got to beg to do this, beg to do that, because, child, oh, Lord, how much? Go to John 13:5. I can preach. Yeah, I ain't wore this robe in a minute, but it's communion, and I wore my black suit to the homegoing service of Brother Jenkins yesterday, Brother Larry Jenkins. And so I said, I want to, Sister Jones, I said, I want to get out that brown suit, Brother Jones, and put on this black robe. It would be more appropriate to do the communion service. So here I am. This is me. John the 13th chapter, the Bible reads like this. Now before the feast of the Passover, when Jesus knew that his hour had come, that he should depart end. Amen. He loved them to the end. It ain't nothing like loving somebody to the end. Yesterday, as we view the body, sometimes I don't view the body. I just try to help other people. But when they were viewing the body, I don't know. I know it was the young lady with some candy to him somehow. They went all the way to the end, and when they got to her, she leaned into the casket and did something I ain't never done before and probably won't ever do it. And again, I might get bold enough to do it. She kissed Brother G. And a symbol that we only can go so far. But Jesus will go all the way to the end. And the thing you don't have to worry about, you don't have to worry about him being there. He said, I will never forsake you, nor will I leave you alone. I'm going to be here when everybody else is gone. I'm going to be here when the lights is out. I'm going to be here when the idea is unplugged. I will be here. Say amen, somebody. And supper began being ended, and supper being ended, the Lord's Supper. That's what it said. That's what it means when and supper being ended. It was talking about the Lord's Supper, the last supper. Sometimes we call it the Lord's Supper, sometimes we call it the last supper. But that's what we're talking about. The devil having already put into the heart of Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, to betray him. Don't let the devil put in your heart to betray Jesus, because if you let the devil put in your heart to betray Jesus, I heard Paul said, if you be ashamed to own me before men, I will be ashamed on you before my Father. Don't let the devil put in your heart to betray Jesus. Now deny him. No, doubt him. Peter denied him, Thomas doubted him, but Judas betrayed him. Look at somebody and say, don't be a betrayer, because you could end up hanging yourself. See, that's what happened to Judas. Judas was a betrayer. He betrayed Jesus, but when the neck comes to grip, he came into the courtyard and said, oh, I done done something terrible. This corn that you gave me, and he looked at the man, of course, got blood on it. I don't want you to think back there. Say amen, somebody. Well, Jesus, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hand, and that he had came from God and was going to God, from God back to God. Can I tell y'all something? Y'all may not believe it, but we proceeded from God. Did y'all hear me? We all came from God. You ain't here because the name that you were given to put in front of your first name. Somebody said, what are you talking about? Well, when you got here, when I got here, I was a Gaston. Did y'all hear me? When I got here, I was a Gaston. But I had to have something, a name to identify me separate from my Father. So I could not remain just Gaston. They had to put a name in front of the name, and they called me Jerry Wayne Gaston. So my first name had to be replaced with another first name in order to identify me separate from my daddy. Say amen, somebody.
Amen.
Do that make any sense?
Yes.
I told the young lady the other day, I said, oh, how you doing? So I'm sorry that I said her married name. She said, listen, I'll always be, and she right. I will always be a Gaston, but that's some old Jerry Gaston, but the DNA is different. Did y'all hear? The reason I know that is I was on the computer the other day and I typed in my name and I typed a white man that named Jerry Gaston. I knew that wasn't me. Man, they different, trust me. Then he goes on this time. Rose from supper and laid aside his garment. He laid aside. Y'all listen, he was full in garment. His neck down to his feet. But it said he laid aside his garment. In other words, he discarded it. He took it off and laid it aside. And look at what happened, y'all. And then I'm going to give you my subject, and I'm going to preach about some minutes. Took a towel and girded himself. Prepared himself. Got himself ready. Y'all know most everything that we do, you have to prepare for it.
Man.
Just about everything that you do, you have to prepare for. When I was working on the job, I had to prepare to go to work. I had to prepare after I got to work to go hit the floor. Amen? You prepared to come here this morning. That's why you're here. I don't see no naked folks in here. You made some good preparation to put on some clothes, didn't you? Amen? And you're here, right? You prepared for this. You didn't jump out of the bed and say, oh, go to church in the morning. No, you prepared. Say amen, somebody. He listen, took a towel and girded himself. After that, he poured water into a basin, into a bowl, and began to wash the disciples' feet. And to wipe them with the towel with which he was girded. Then he came to Simon Peter, and Peter said to him, Lord, are you washing my feet? Jesus answered and said to him, what I am doing you do not understand now, but you will know after this. Today I want to talk about the kind of humility he wants us to display. Listen, let me say this to you. I would that everybody that got a high mind, and I hope they ain't none of y'all, would discard your high-mindedness. Because you know better than the person that's sitting next to you, especially if you don't have Jesus. Amen. But if you have Jesus and sit next to somebody, you have equal the same spirit. Because there's only one Jesus that gives up his spirit to every one of us. And ain't no separate Jesus versus you versus mine. Say amen, somebody.
Amen.
The same Jesus that you say you got is the same Jesus that I have. Amen?
Amen.
So on top, I don't care how many degrees you have on the wall. I don't care what college you matriculated from. I don't care how many advanced courses you took. I don't care how educated you think you are. If you feel like you're higher and greater than somebody else and how many they more than you need to rethink that thing because God resisted the mind of the proud-minded. Say amen, somebody. I'm not the most educated person in the world, but I'm not the least either. I went to Bible college, yes, seeking a divinity degree in theology, but I ended up getting associate in leadership training and development. So I know a little bit about how to train leaders, train people to lead. That's following, and they train followers to be leaders and leaders to be followers. I know a little bit about that. But when it comes to me thinking I'm more than you because I may have a master's degree on the wall, we should think that way. We should feel like that we are equally important with regard to what grade level you have finished or did not finish. We ought to feel like that we are equally important to the kingdom of God. We can go into all the world and preach the gospel to reach whoever that need to be reached. We ought to feel like we're equally important. Say amen, somebody. My wife got 2 social degrees in computer networking and computer science. But I'm not least bit worried about whether she feel like she's smarter than I am or not. It don't bother me. So these folk that run around here that think because they got 2 or 3 masters, and think that because of that they are better and they have something greater. Baby, let me tell you one thing. Hey, without Christ, you is a candidate to hell just like everybody else would.
Amen. Right.
Could have went to Hills of State, want to, SAU, Magnolia, whatever. If you don't have Christ in your heart, Bishop Boaz, you just say you're just an educated fool. Because you're fool enough to not know that you need Jesus. Say amen, somebody. Well, the kind of humility he wants us to display, and the kind of humility who want us to display, want us to show. In other words, the kind of humility that he want us to show. See, the word display mean to show something, to have on, shells or counters and to say that I'm displaying this just like I was at the store the other day. I was at the what they call that place, Southern Pipes, the other day, and needed the sink and everything, and needed a drain plug and everything, and they only had one, and it was on display. And the man looked at me and he said, yeah, you're gonna need this because see, mine had rusted out and I couldn't use it no more. And he said, it's all I got. He said, I'll tell you what, I'm just gonna give it to you. I said, what? And the thing probably cost at least $15 or $20, but he told me, I'm gonna give it to you. I said, man, I thank you, but it was on display. And I looked at it and I said, boy, that's what I need right there. And he looked at me and said, I'm gonna give that to you. I thank God that I spotted that thing on display. But let me tell you something. See, we have our Christianity, our sanctity is on display. And folks want to see you humble. They want to see you submissive. They want to see you loving. They want to see you caring. They don't want to see you all nose all stabbing, nose all stuck up, thinking because you have 2 or 3 degrees higher than somebody else, that you all in that in a bag of chips. Oh, but let me tell you one thing. You better come to sin to the level which God can use you and quit thinking that you're better than somebody else. I get sick and tired of seeing these teachers and educators walking around. I go to school, don't I? I bet there a lot, don't I? Sometimes it seems like I'm out there more than y'all do, don't I? But to God. I see some of them in the halls and they're in the offices and they act like that. They are just so, they heaven sent it. And they just, you speak to them, they barely say hello. It's crazy because as a black folk, can I tell you something? We ought to be so thankful to God for where God has brought us from. Amen. We ought to be so humble because of how God worked things out for us for the good because we love Him. Amen. But because you drive a Cadillac, because you make a drive a Lexus, because you make a drive a Mercedes-Benz, they look at you like, I'm it. And that's it. And I say to myself, you're a mess. That's it. Say amen, somebody. All right. You need some Jesus. See, this time folks don't have Jesus, they mess. They messed up.
All right.
Man. Let me move on. I'm messing up, man. Well, we all display the kind of humility that Jesus displayed all while He was on earth. Because that is the kind that He showed us all while He was on this earth. You see, He did not listen. Now listen, He did not live that he was lowly. They already thought that he was poor white trash, poor Jewish trash, poor Hebrew trash. Y'all know how y'all do some of these folks that said, child, that's poor white trash. And of course, some people think all the black boys is old black trash. Say amen, somebody. I'm just being real, y'all. I told somebody the other day, in the eyes of some people, I don't care how educated you are, I don't care how pretty you are, I don't care how handsome you are, I don't care. You still black. If you black. And they let you know it too. Some of them. Not all of them. Some of them. Okay, Kim? Okay, all right. I want this going on YouTube. And maybe Facebook. Amen? Amen. Listen, after a while, I'm going to tell you where and who Jesus visited with the most. But before I do that, there is a few other things we must know we must know what the word humble means. We must know what the word humble means. The word humble or the word humbleness means no proud or haughty, not arrogant or certain or cocky. You got some folk, boy, they just so arrogant, you know, because they can walk around with $200 or $300 in their pocket, because they may be a little lighter skinned than somebody else. Yeah. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, man, why do you wear suits all the time? I said, because I want to. I said, because I got them and I want to. I said, why you don't? Say amen, somebody.
Man.
Brother Aaron, I don't wear because I want folks to look at me and say, boy, he want to be a preacher. He want to be a lawyer. I don't wear him because of that. I wear him because I enjoy dressing up. Not because I'm arrogant, but because of me. Say amen, somebody. Amen. Listen. It also goes on to say, listen y'all, not thinking of yourself as better than other people. Look at somebody and say, don't think of yourself.
Don't think of yourself.
Better than other people.
Better than other people.
Don't think of yourself better than nobody else. The Bible tells us not to think of ourselves no higher than we are. Now, he did not tell us we cannot think of ourselves high. He does no higher than we ought. And no higher than you ought, get into the arrogance, and get into the cockiness, and get into the, stiffness, and on the bad thing around. Sister Bell was talking about the other night, and she preached a good message. And she was talking about how some churches and how some pastors get on the radio and they go tell a child, you need to come over here to so-and-so church where I'm pastoring. We are the one got this going on. We are the one doing this like this. And child, you ain't got no other place. You ought to be over here. That's arrogant. That's cocky. Because Jesus ain't never been in one place. And that's all. Say amen, somebody. Amen. If that be the case, then if it's over there where they ought to be, then what about the rest of the world? You can get everybody in there. Say amen, somebody. Amen. Am I saying anything? Oh, God. Well, let me move on. Understand? We all not think ourselves no better than we are. Because of what you may have or can get, that they don't have or can't get. Because you may have degrees on the wall from the University of Monticello, from the University of Southern Arkansas, from the University of Henderson State University, from the University of Washington, I'm just trying to paint a picture. See, I'm Jerry, whether I'm educated or not educated. I'm still Jerry. But don't education be the reason you lose out with God because you think that it's God. Come on, y'all. Now, don't get me wrong now. I'm an advocate of education. But I just see too many times, I see too often time, people that think they're better than you are, Brother Max, because they went to college and you didn't. And that you don't know nothing. And you can't tell them nothing. Bishop Haddon was a man of 4th grade education. But he could tell you, man was full of wisdom. He said this right here, a man that make 5 and spend 6, he'll never need a person. Why? Because you're going to spend more than what you made. Say amen, somebody. Well, let me move on for today. There's going to have to be some, I want to do something, 2 or 3 parts of this, y'all. I mean, those of you that hear this part, you might need to come back and hear the next part the next time. But because you may have by degrees on the wall when it comes to a higher education than others. The Lord have let us know that this do not give you, if you are here and feel that way, the right to think that you are greater and better than anyone else that don't have. You see, the word humility means the quality or state of not thinking you are better than other people. This came right out of Webster Dictionary. It did not come out of Jerry Dictionary because Jerry did not publish and have not published one, but it comes right out of Webster Dictionary. And it goes on to say, in other words, the quality or state of being humble, being low or lowly. When Jesus had finished supper, when they had washed their hands, and when they had completed supper, I heard Jesus say, boys, come right on over here. I'm going to show you a lesson. I'm going to teach you something that you need to know. I want you to know one thing. Have a seat, son. Sit right there. And let me show you one thing. Yes, John, we possibly had walked across some sandy spot. Sandals all dirty. Toes all dirty. But Jesus did the sermon that he was. Jesus said, come here, John. Have a seat right now. And Jesus, oh, John, sit down. Jesus said, John, let me see your feet. Pull off your sandals. Let me show you one thing. And my Savior and your Savior got down on his knees. I didn't say he stood up. I mean, got down. We need to come down. Good Lord, level of usage. We need to come down. It's the Lord. Here I am. Lord, use me in your service. Lord, and John stuck his feet out there. Jesus. Oh, Lord. In the sermon that he was, he said, I did not come to be ministered unto. I came to minister to you. I came to bring light to a dead world. I came to bring joy to a troubled man.
Yes.
for Jesus.
Take my son.
What I'm talking about,
Let you stay.
when I'm talking about low, we're not talking about,
Stay on that.
you know, being poor for poverty, being stricken. But somebody be humble enough
Yes, yes, yes.
to say, Lord, here I am.
Yes, yes.
Use me. To say, Lord, draw